This is the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for Wednesday, the 15th of May. I'm Michael Groff. Temperatures above average today, up around the century mark, but believe it or not, by Friday, we might be around 20 to 25 degrees cooler than today. What about rain chances? Do we have any of those anytime soon? And how long do the cooler temperatures last? Let's talk about it. First, we'll take a look at the almanac from yesterday. 98 degrees. Was that toasty high in the valley? Yes, above average, but nowhere near that record of 107. Outside right now, here at 8:35 a.m., mostly sunny skies in the valley. 81 degrees at Sky Harbor. Dew points at 45, humidity 28%. The winds are light and the barometer 29.87 and steady. Temperatures around the area right now. Well, that shows 89 is the warm spot at Goodyear. I don't know if it's quite that warm over there just yet, but otherwise upper 70s and 80s for a good portion of us. The upper air look across the country. We've got a ridge here across the southwest, and that's the dominant weather feature for today, but a trough is making its way on into the western states, and that's going to bring the sharply cooler temperatures that we've alluded to. The watch warning map, we've got wind advisories out here in the west, parts of the Great Basin. High elevation snows will be possible in the Sierra. Severe weather outlook for today, the standard slight risk across parts of North Dakota around Bismarck, Devil's Lake, Grand Forks, with a marginal risk for parts of the Dakotas and northwest Minnesota. Another marginal risk down there centered around Memphis and for the Mississippi Delta. Precipitation outlook valid through next Wednesday morning from the WPC. Some amounts up to about 1/4 of an inch for parts of extreme northwest Arizona. But for the most part, very light precip is possible in the high country. Not expecting anything here in the valley, and we'll get into the details of why that is now as we explore the models and have a look at it. Here we go to the GFS, the 06Z run valid at 5 o'clock this afternoon. Ridging sliding off to the east, a trough moving on to the west coast, an upper low off the northern California coast. So down at the surface today, mostly sunny skies. Might see an increase in clouds by later this afternoon and tonight. Highs today in the valley, fairly toasty, upper 90s to about 100. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, lows in the 60s and low 70s. And then tomorrow, we'll call it partly sunny. It'll be windy and cooler. Highs struggling to get to the 90-degree mark. And those winds could be very gusty across northern Arizona in excess of 35 to 40 miles per hour. Watch out for the blowing dust, too, over the open deserts. Any rain chances will be confined to far northern Arizona. Certainly nothing here in the valley, at least nothing expected. Then on Friday, this should be the coolest day that we see for a while. High temperatures mid to upper 70s, and it will be breezy, partly sunny. Saturday, temperatures moderate just a little bit back into the low and middle 80s. But then on Sunday, we've got another trough making its way into the western states. And again, most of the upper support and the moisture for this is going to stay to the north of Arizona. But isolated showers and thunderstorms can't be ruled out for the high country. Again, we will see somewhat cooler temperatures too, with partly sunny skies, high temperatures in the upper 70s and low 80s. Monday back into the low and maybe middle 80s with partly cloudy skies in here as that trough continues to make its way off to the east. But yet another wave is making its way onto the west coast. We see that on Tuesday, plenty of rain and some high elevation snows over the Pacific Northwest and the Intermountain region. But again, the moisture stays to the north. High temperatures will stay below average, will likely hold in the mid-80s. Here's a week from today. This is Wednesday, the 22nd. And again, troughing over the Intermountain West. And even though most of the moisture and upper support stays north of Arizona, still the temperatures will remain below average. In fact, some of the guidance suggests we stay in the 70s out here. How about that? A high in the upper 70s or maybe just low 80s. For the 22nd of May and then going out 10 days. This is the end of the forecast period. Friday, the 24th, that's a 594 ridge over the southeastern states. They're going to be baking in well above average temperatures, but here in the southwest, an upper low in that configuration could see some moisture advected in here, maybe some unsettled weather conditions in here by late next week if this verifies, but obviously this is way too far out there and we're in the heart of the dry season, so any rain would be pretty unlikely, but temperatures would stay somewhat below average. Speaking of temperatures, let's go ahead and check those out. Coming off the GFS Ensemble, it's got us up to 100 degrees today, but then much cooler, you see, by the end of the week, the weekend, and even next week. Temperatures holding below average for quite a while. And that's going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video back here tomorrow morning. If you like our videos, be sure to subscribe so that whenever we post a brand new one, you'll get the notifications. Your comments, questions, and suggestions are always encouraged as well. Thank you so much for watching. Really do appreciate it. Be safe out there and have yourselves a great Wednesday.